Hey, what's up, guys? I'm back again with a beginner guide on Wukong. I'm going to be going kind of a little bit in depth on Wukong and letting you guys know how to really abuse this really broken pick, especially in lower elos. He's really effective. All right, so for a typical Wukong clear, usually I like to do a 4 or 5 camp depending on the matchup. You can also do a 3 camp as well if you want to look to get on the map early. Wukong's not really that effective at farming. He's more effective at ganking and kind of counter ganking with his W with invis. You can hop over walls with his W as well as use it to kind of as like an engage tool when you gank with the push. You can kind of use it as a gap closer to get close to them and make the gank work because obviously you're gonna be invisible. You can get their flash and stuff like that. All right, so what I decided to do this game. I'm gonna be doing. I did a blue, then I just did ground. Now I'm doing my wolves here. 3 camp pretty much for so far. I'm gonna look for maybe a cheesy invade on the Shaco, depending on if I see him on the map or not. I think at my level 3 I can pretty much beat Shaco really hard, especially if he uses his Q to get to the red buff. So I'm gonna look to invade him here. Something's going on mid. Okay, so we did 3 camp. Nice. So this is what I mean. Like this, things like this. Wukong's really good at like 3 camping and looking for kind of plays like this where you can kind of counter. Irelia is pushing up, just really aggressive. It's a volatile lane, so we're gonna look to be there, hover, and make sure we try to help him out. The wave's slow pushing into him as well, so he's pretty much set. Alright, so we take this red buff here. We know that Shaco could be in my bot side, because he did start bot side. So he could have vertical jungled, so we're gonna assume that, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and take this red buff and maybe wait for him here. Okay, so he didn't. Ooh, missed my. It's okay though. So champions like Aurelia, Yasuo, Yon, Kali, all those champions Wukong's pretty decent into. So we see her earlier, she's level 3. I have red buff on me, I'm pretty strong. I know she has a long sword, but Wukong's really strong into Aurelia. And I know with the red buff I can just run her down, keep applying the red buff. Make sure I hold my E. I know Malphite has the attack speed slow. That's good, that's a good trade. Alright, so usually a typical back on Wukong, your first spec is Sheen. Sheen should be like your go-to item even if you have enough for Goldfield Warhammer, I think that getting the Sheen is a lot better. So because your Q, you hit Q a lot, so Sheen procs plus the damage is just really insane with Q. I'm able to take that scuttle for free, secure it, get the Raptors, and then path down to my red buff, and then maybe look for something bot or dragon potentially. It's just like a 50-50, just depends on your playstyle too. He has good skirmishes too as well. Nice. Okay. Jin got that W from downtown. Jesus. Alright, so usually when you gank a lane and you pull off a successful gank, you want to make sure you're shoving waves in because you get XP and gold, and you reset your laner's wave as well. So 3 good things that come from pushing a wave. I should have shoved that one a little bit better because now his wave's going to freeze, and this is like here an example of how his wave would freeze here. For your starting skills, the first few levels, you want to go for E first because the attack speed buff. Your E gives you a cool attack speed buff, and it does damage as well. The 3 targets, AP damage, is pretty cool. So yep, we start E, then we do W second, so we can get the clone. The clone is really good as well. He tanks for you, buff, tanks a lot of damage, and also DPS as well. Some people like to take Q second. I personally like to go E W Q and then max out Q for the extra damage. Maybe I'll have like a clip around here of a wall that you guys will not potentially expect, but he can. But yeah. Alright, so we can definitely go over this wall. I'm going to hold until I can use my W to get over to the red buff. We saw him take Dragon. So obviously we take the Rift, and we want to make sure we're counter jungling him. Usually when the enemy is on the other side of the map, you want to make sure you go into the jungle, counter jungle, make sure you're taking whatever you can, hitting the Scuttle, the Rift, his camps, looking for a dive. Alright, so we see they are really roaming through river. So we're gonna look to counter this top. They have no idea I'm here because I went over the rift pit. So I can just wait here until they fully commit, and then I can W over this wall here and just get closer. Alright, so we spin. Ultimate. Oh yeah, Q also does armor pen. Q has armor pen in it too. Wukong's ultimate has two cast. One of them, they're both knockups. His clone can also knock up. It doesn't do as much damage as the original Wukong, but it's pretty cool. Another cool thing about Wukong's Q is that you can, with his W cool interactions, you can W near a tower and then Q at the same time, and you can pretty much get your Q off on both clone and regular Q on tower. So it's effective for taking towers. So make sure you guys are doing that. All right, and let's go over the build this game. The build I'm gonna be going is Divine Cinder into Death Dance, Cleaver, and then we like to go for maybe a a Bork. So those type of like items are really effective as well. It's really annoying to kill the Malphite. Nice, sniped over the wall. All right, so we killed the Shaker here. We're gonna be looking to invade his blue side. We can easily fight Twitch here if he decides to walk up. So I'm gonna be playing a little bit aggressive here. I have my ult coming up, so I know I can take this fight because I'm really strong. When you hit Divine Center Spike, you're really strong, especially this early into the game. Alright, we can easily dive her. Alright, so I'm gonna let my technically my Jin should tank here, so he's ranged. He can stand out of the tower range, but he is tanking though, so I can go. So usually when you do a tower dive, make sure you let the ranged champion tank because he can stand at the edge of the tower while DPSing and get out. And it kind of helps the melee champ be able to do his damage and get out as well. Because if the melee champ tanks, obviously he's going to be taking the tower for too long and he can't get out as fast. Alright, I'm going to reset here and look to build into my death dance. Let's go over the runes. So the runes this game I usually like to run on Wukong is Conquer, Triumph, Tenacity, Last Stand, and for secondaries I like to go with the Inspiration Tree. I like to go Boots and Cosmic Insight. For the more flashes, more cooldown, really effective rune on Wukong, and in Boots obviously because you're going to be ganking a lot of this, so usually you should be getting a lot of kills, especially in lower elo. So you get those free boots, more movement speed. Other honorable mentions for runes is the Domination Tree. You can go with Sudden Impact and Treasure Hunter, or you can go with Ultimate Hunter. Like if you need more ults like in the game, but I think Wukong's ult's low enough, so we don't really need that. Alright, so we're gonna look the path down here. Maybe you can like go invis if they're like out of range of vision, and then obviously it's really effective because you can catch them off guard. Another cool thing is that Wukong counters Yuumi as well. I forgot to mention that Yuumi is counter really hard for Wukong because Wukong can go on the target that Yumi's in, pretty much burst him, and then when Yuumi pops out, he instantly knocks her up, making it so that she can't get back into the next target, so she just dies. Alright, so we're just gonna do Rift Takers. We're really strong. I'm at a 2-item power spike, so if they decide to fight this, we can pretty much take them on. Alright, we look to push mid out, look to crack mid. We can maybe get a couple towers here if they decide to fight. I'm really strong, so I can kind of force this shove here. I know their bots at his bot. This Malphite's really annoying to deal with, but it's okay. We can easily take this fight. With Divine Sword, I get the healing, so I don't think Malphite can ever kill me here. Yeah, I decided to root mid because I know that Twitch spot lane, and I want to look to take advantage of that. Looks like Akali reconnected. I didn't even notice she probably DC'd a while ago. She's the same level as Jin, so they definitely did DC a bit ago. Alright, so, yep. So we're this strong. Usually when I keep the pressure up on the enemy jungle, don't let him catch up. Just keep pressuring him, making sure you take whatever you can from him. Oh, my clone did an auto attack. That's unlucky. Another thing is if you're climbing a lower elo, you want to look to mute all as well. It's really effective. Don't really let people try to tell you what to do. You should always be deciding on what to do next. You're the jungler, so most of the time the jungler should be the shot caller. This is not Soul. I think this is third Drake, but yeah. Alright, so our team got picked off. I'm really strong here, though. I'm sitting on like 2 items. I can easily win this fight. Twitch like to flash forward. Okay, so usually you don't want to let your ult run spin too much. We're gonna head and focus the. Hopefully we can kill a Shaker here. Okay, no, they got out. So we're just gonna look to secure the dragon since they're We can maybe dab them if they overextend. Oh, I can just take ground from him. Nice. Poor Shaco, man. He's probably losing his mind. Yumi's a really broken champ. Really good at the moment. Alright, so I can pick this Shaco off if he overextends. I can get him here. He doesn't have his Q, so he's pretty much dead here. And the Q auto attack range is really cool. Wukong doesn't really like super scale, but he is good later on into the game, especially into low mobility champions. Some bad matchups for Wukong that you do want to look to avoid is that um, it was like heavy farming champs. So I would say like any AP champion that farms super heavy, like Karthus, can be super annoying to play against. I know you have more pressure than him, but he can clear a lot faster than you. It just depends on your team against that matchup, to be honest. But yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna look for try to find an angle here that I can go invis. Usually, as Wukong in team fights, you should be like trying to look for flanks or angles that you can use your W to go invis on. Oh, I fucked up. I think it's okay. I have stopwatch. Ooh. Okay. Try to get the Yuumi. I would kill the Shake off real quick. Ooh, I got the stopwatch off. Let's go. I got death and sealing off too. When I stopwatch, pretty cool. Nice. We should definitely wipe this. And I get to come back as auction. Nice. 200-year champion. We can definitely do Baron here since they're all dead. Another thing in this elo, you guys want to make sure you're very attent and actually I don't know if that's the word. You want to make sure you're like looking at the map, making sure you're like kind of micromanaging your players, telling them what to do at all times, telling them to do Baron, telling them to do dragons. Because if I don't ping this here, we would have definitely not gone for this Baron, and we wouldn't be looking to close the game out as soon as we did. Because if you don't ping things like this, people don't listen. So just make sure you spam ping and kind of micromanage and do the shot calling, because shot calling is super important. I just secured me a Baron that most of the time in this elite people would not have done if I wouldn't have suggested it. Alright, so I'm gonna look for an angle here. Maybe I can go invis and they won't see me. Nice. Okay. I didn't get that ult off on her earlier, but it's okay. Ended up getting her anyways. My Q does insane damage at the moment with 4 items. I think you can do a lot of damage. I've seen some people do AP Wukong and that seemed pretty fun in mid lane, but haven't really tried it out. Maybe I'll do a video on that someday. I'm gonna try to see if I can get a pick off on here. Oh, they saw me. I think this was. Oh my god, I trolled. Yeah, I don't have ult. Yeah, this is super troll. Fuck, man. If Malphite, I thought Malphite used ultimate, but if Malphite wasn't there, I would have been able to kill them. We had soul secure. We just killed 2. There's no point in fighting that at all. I could have just backed off and then done the dragon and then waited and gone for the turn, and then we would have killed them all. Alright, so I can pretty much shred the Malphite pretty easily. See, now we can easily shred the Malphite, and he's not a threat anymore. I should have used my ultimate there. I can cancel. You can cancel Yuumi dash with your ultimate. Oh my god, that is insane! Look how much it just healed. Jesus, and I was taking the tower. Death Dance is broken on Wukong. Oh, boom. Damn, my triple Akali. Fuck you. Just skip that part. Skip that curse word. Out. Alright, so we just looked at probably end the game here. Yeah, because we have the double Q. So we can easily just close the game out with this wave. Just clearing the wave to make sure we can hit some tower. So yeah, I have other beginner guides as well, guys. I have the blue Kayn and red Kayn beginner guide. So if you guys want to check those out, those are really good. And yeah, if you guys like the video, leave a like and a comment. Let me know what you guys think. What should I do next? What other champion do you guys want to see? And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Peace.